Hello, I'm Grace Trafton of The Better Part. How would you like to meet someone who is a beautiful dancer, an accomplished singer, and who also has a successful high-tech career? Well, you're in luck. Stay tuned. Evelyn May, a member of the Millennial generation, was born and raised in China. Evelyn is not only a dancer and singer, but she also has a master's degree in Management, Science, and Engineering from Stanford University and is currently a product strategy manager at a high-tech company in the heart of Silicon Valley. Welcome, Evelyn. It looks like you are a person of many talents. First, tell us what made you decide to get a master's degree in management, science, and engineering, and what were your career goals at that time?
Well, actually, when I was in my senior year at college, I didn't know what I wanted to do for my life. I studied industrial and systems engineering for my undergrad. I did internship in investment banking at JP Morgan, doing credit risk analysis. And I also spent some time in supply chain management. But when I was in my senior year at college, I still felt that there are still so many opportunities and career paths that I haven't explored. And I didn't know which one I should pick as my career for my life. So my parents encouraged me to take a bit more time by getting a graduate degree. And all I did know for sure was that I was very much drawn to innovation, to technology, and towards leading our way to the future. So when I looked at Stanford, I thought that's where I wanted to go. And so I applied, and I was very lucky that I got in. And in management, science, and engineering, I was exposed to a wide range of subjects. I took classes in product management, marketing, entrepreneurship, and also computer science. I also studied artificial intelligence. The classes were not only very popular at Stanford, but also widely influencing the industry. I also took classes that just for fun. I studied international trade law at the law school, and also spent some time studying musical theater in the Performing Arts Center.
So you had a wide variety of exposure to different types of classes and exploring your interest areas, sounds like.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my time.
So how long have you been dancing, and what made you decide to take up dancing?
That was in the last year at graduate school, so that has been 2 years already. At that time, I was actually very busy with my schoolwork and also job search. But I still felt like I want to try dancing. I'm that kind of person who's always ready to try something new. And I actually also took up Chinese painting at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah. Really like that. And one of the key reasons that attracted me to start dancing was because those dancers could wear very pretty costumes.
Yes.
And I really admired them, and I wanted to be one of them.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your dance group?
It's affiliated to a student organization called the Chinese Women's Collective at Stanford. The members are graduate students and alumni who are Chinese women. And many of us are PhD students in engineering, math, chemistry, computer science. So all of us are very smart and extremely multi-talented.
Now, does your group perform contemporary Chinese dances as well as classical and ethnic dances?
Both. So once every year, the entire group get together to discuss what we want to learn and what we want to perform this year. And we've been doing a lot of traditional and ethnic dance in the past several years. And this year we have decided to try something more contemporary. So the dance that we're practicing now has some jazz element.
What are some of the differences between Western and Chinese dance styles?
Actually, I haven't spent enough time exploring either one yet. But from my limited understanding, in Chinese dance, we use a lot of training techniques that's borrowed from ballet. We also use the bars to practice kicking and pointing our feet to gain flexibility and develop our muscles. And when it comes to choreography, I felt like comparing Western dance to Chinese dance, it's like comparing Western medicine with Chinese medicine. I have learned a bit ballet since last year, so I'm still very new to ballet, but I felt like ballet is more exact, more disciplined, whereas Chinese dance is more like Tai Chi, and it's all about the flow, the continuity, and the ups and downs, and the feeling of it.
Tell us about your first dance experience on the stage as we watch.
My first dance performance was just half a year since I started practicing dancing. Because I was busy with schoolwork and job search, actually most of the practicing happened within 1 month before the actual performance. So when I got onto stage, I still often forgot what my next move should be. Unfortunately, I stood at the back, so I was able to watch the person in front of me and just follow her. So it turned out surprisingly well. At that time, my mom asked me to spend more time on a job search rather than practicing dancing. I insisted because going to dance rehearsals every week is like the only entertainment that I was getting. I really enjoyed walking into a room full of beautiful music and beautiful girls, and doing a bit of dance movements like cardio exercise, and also just chit-chatting with my best friends.
That was a really lovely dance. It was so graceful. Now, I've seen those long sleeves in other Chinese dances before. Is there some significance to the long sleeves?
Yeah, there's actually a very interesting history behind it. In ancient China, government officials and royalties, they wear clothes with large sleeves because they didn't need to do much physical work. And they also put little pockets inside the sleeves. Imagine the sleeve is this long and there's a lot of space in it. Mm-hmm. So they used to sew little pockets inside the sleeves.
Oh.
And they put small things like money or personal belongings inside the pockets.
So it's like a purse.
Yeah, and even more convenient than that.
That's true.
So the long sleeve dance actually originated from that kind of fashion style.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's especially performed for the upper class in a society at grand occasions.
That's really interesting. Now, let's look at some of your other performances.
This dance is actually a Chinese ethnic dance featuring a ethnic minority group called the Dai people. Those people live in the southern part of China that's very close to Laos and Myanmar and Thailand. The weather is very hot and humid, so you can see from the costume that we were wearing crop tops. And then that's actually the most challenging part of this dance. I really had to lose some weight in order to feel confident wearing that costume. This is the third dance that I have performed up to now, and I was much more confident since the first dance, and I was able to lead a small group of dancers, and I was in the center. I have a special connection to this dance because this dance is featuring the region that's close to Shanghai. That's the region where I grew up. The weather there is very warm and humid also. There are a lot of rivers and lakes, and so there's a lot of water element in this dance. We can see that the costume is blue and white, and a lot of the dance movements are mimicking the presence of water and rain. And we also use the fan because the weather there is pretty warm. We also use the fan to cover our face to sort of hide behind the fans because the girls are shy.
These dances are really beautiful. Who does the choreography?
So we have a dance teacher. Her name is Jackson Haiyan. She was born and raised and professionally trained in China. Then she moved here to the Bay Area. She has been teaching Chinese dance here ever since for decades.
What do you like best about being part of a dance group?
I think what I really liked and what I will really miss if I ever leave this group is the sisterhood among all of us. Backstage, we will help each other with makeup, with hair, and we even help each other get dressed when we had to get back to the stage quickly again. I feel really fortunate to be surrounded by all of these beautiful, beautiful people. Not just beautiful outside, but also beautiful inside. And I feel really fortunate and really grateful to be one of them.
How many members are there in your dance group?
Around 15 to 20.
And where does your group perform besides on the campus at Stanford?
Oh, there are actually quite a number of performances hosted by the Chinese community in the Bay Area. Some of them are sponsored by high-tech companies like Facebook and Google. Some of them are hosted by community centers like Palo Alto and San Mateo. We perform as a group 5 to 10 times each year, and I'm very glad that we get a very good crowd every time.
So companies can just contact your group to ask if you're available?
If we are available, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, besides being a beautiful dancer, I know that you're also a singer. Can you tell us about your singing background?
Actually, everyone in my family can sing. So when I went to the elementary school, I sort of received attention from my music teacher very quickly. But I did spend a lot of time practicing myself. I would listen to a verse in a song over and over again and sing along with it. And I also record myself. And it really helped because being able to listen to my own voice really helped me improve. Actually, there's a fun fact. So by the time that I graduate from high school, I have recorded 10 songs. So I put them into a CD album. And I also designed a CD cover. So I made 25 copies of that CD and gave them away to my best friends at high school.
What type of songs do you enjoy singing the most?
I like soft songs.
We would love to hear you sing a song for us to end our show. Tell us what you'll be singing.
So this song is a recreation of a Chinese folklore. And this folklore has been more than 2,000 years old. It was documented by one of the most famous Asian philosophers in China. And the story goes like this. So in the extreme north of the world, there is a vast ocean. And in the dark and cold ocean, there is a giant fish. And the fish has been living there for 1 million years. Nobody knows how large the fish was until one day the fish morphed into a giant bird and she flew far, far away. So the song was written for this giant fish.
That's a beautiful story. Now, here's Evelyn May.
海浪无声将夜幕声声淹没，漫过天空尽头的角落。大雨在梦境的缝隙里游过，凝望你 沉睡的轮廓，看海天一色，听风起雨落，执子手，吹散苍茫茫烟波。大鱼的翅膀已经太辽阔，我松开时间的绳索，怕你飞远去，怕你离我而去，更怕你永远停留在这里。每一滴泪水都向你流淌去，倒流回天空的海底。海浪无声将夜幕声声淹没，漫过天空尽头的角落。大鱼在梦境的缝隙里游过，凝望你沉睡的轮廓，看海天一色，听风起雨落，执子手，吹散苍茫茫烟波。大鱼的翅膀已经太辽阔，我松开时间的绳索，怕你飞远去，怕你离我而去，原来你生来就属于天际。每一滴泪水都向你流淌去，倒流回最初的相遇。
That was so lovely, a very gifted millennial. My thanks to Evelyn May for sharing some of her many talents with us. I hope you've enjoyed our show today, and be sure to also watch us on YouTube and Roku. See you next time. Bye-bye.